Hey everyone, Aiden here. Welcome to my little Oh No series, which are about topics that kind of are swept underneath the carpet, not really addressed, but let's be honest, everyone's at least thought of once, or has done once. And I would like to keep this as mature as possible, but knowing me, I tend to take the serious and kind of throw jokes in between, kind of cut up the tenseness a little bit. So the first one I want to talk about is sex and ritual. First off, at least not any circle I have. I mean, I can't speak for all, but last I checked, we don't have massive orgies in our circles. But hey, maybe some circles do. I really don't know. And more power to them if it works for them. So first off, I'm going to separate this into categories. The first one is about initiation, which, while it is a little uncommon, I have heard of stories where teachers or group members will tell new initiates that in order for them to be initiated in the first degree, they must have sex with either them or the high priest or priestess. This is bullshit. No one ever should even suggest that, for the obvious reasons. And if you do happen to go with a group who does say, in order to initiate you must have sex, one, these individuals are very insecure about their sexuality, or addicted to sex, and are essentially using you for that purpose. And you should be flagging a whole red flag, and either should just leave or hit them with a frying pan and leave. Your choice. I mean, I'm not encouraging violence, but hey, let's be honest here. I have heard of that happening a few times, so use your common sense. Out of all honesty, when it comes to that, I'm not really going to spend too much time on that. Okay, so sex magic. This is more times than not a very personal and very private thing for the obvious reasons. It's usually only between the two individuals involved with intercourse, but not always. Where do I want to go with that? Basic rules, common sense is, of course, never do sex magic without the other person knowing it. It's the same thing with any form of magic. You should not perform any magic without the person's permission. And if you don't, this is essentially magical rape. We'll just call it that. And it will come back to you. Do not curse by using sex magic, for the obvious reasons yet again. Where do you think the karma is going to come back at you if you curse someone while having sex? You are going to, you're not going to enjoy the pleasures of the flesh for a good long time. Okay, passing that on. Sex magic in groups. I've heard of a few different ways this is done. It could either be sex among members of the groups, in private, of course. If you are married and you feel that's a violation, you should not be forced to do it at all. And if a group tries to force you, same thing with the initiation, I encourage leaving. Out of all honesty, I really do. Another alternative you could do is, if everyone else is cool with it, let them do it, and then you go take that energy home to your wife or husband and make love with them, with the intention, of course, letting them know what you're doing, and send the intention out that way. So it goes with group members without you violating your marriage or your relationship. Masturbation is a great alternative too, and to me, it's a great offering, because you are giving one of your most valuable bodily fluids, I guess would be the right term, and it's so charged with creative energy that it's as personal as blood. It really is. And it's more powerful than blood. So that's something you can do as an alternative for sex magic. It requires focus on the intention at hand. If you cannot do it individually, sex magic is not for you because you're not going to do it the other person. I mean, let's be honest here. How much logic really goes into it once we're in the frenzy and, the other person's, of course, willing. I mean, obviously. Rape is not good. And that's actually, that's a good way to target, making you a target for one of my personal curses, because that's a very personal thing with me. I've heard of my loved ones being raped, and if I ever heard of anyone raping a loved one or raping someone I know, or just a complete stranger and I heard about it, that person would be on my list. And it's a very nasty list. Goofer dust. Nasty. I don't play around. So, yeah, that's basically it. So, experiment if you wish to. If you're uncomfortable with it, then you don't have to try it. Out of all honesty. Yeah, pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and blessed be. Oh, before I forget, if the person's willing and you are willing to, burn a nice stick of incense, do little massage oils. Take your time. This is making love, not just having sex for magic. Make it a special moment. And I highly recommend musk, patchouli, or ylang ylang personally. Lavender works too. But thank you for watching, and blessed be.